The last part of Final Frontier is what to do when the spaceman collides with the spaceship, because the spaceship is basically collecting the spacemen, and then that's increasing the score. So what we want to do now, we want to create a new sound, first of all, like a hooray sound to play when they collide. So we will have our sound name of SND hooray, and so that's our Spaceman hooray sound. Play it, which is a little yoo-hoo sound. So we have that already. We don't need to create a new sprite or anything for this. It's just we need to create the collision event and action pair. So if we go into our object Spaceman, we're going to add some new collision events. So first of all, when it collides with our still spaceship, what do we want to happen? Well, the first thing is that we want it to play the hooray sound, because it successfully picked up the spaceman. We want to set our score relative up to 100. So if we say set score and we say 100, and remember we took relative because otherwise it will just continuously set it to 100 over and over. By saying relative, we're saying increase the score by 100 compared to what it was before. So that's important. And then we also are going to destroy the instance of the spaceman. So we're going to destroy self because it's been picked up. So give the illusion that it's now part, inside the spaceship. We need to do this as well. So we basically have the same set of events and actions for when it collides with the flying spaceship, so it can collide with either one. So we do a collision with this object spaceship fly. We can recreate those, or you can copy and paste. So if we copy and then paste. So what we'll do now is test that part of it out. We'll see if that works. Playing the game. Just testing that we can shoot. Explode some meteorites, and now we have to pick up a spaceman. So we've got our little Yahoo sound happening. We've got another one to collect. Do we? No. We only have one in this level. All right, so that works. So we'll hit a save. We know that that's working for now. And then the next thing we have to do is we have to have a way to sort of test to see if we've picked up all the spacemen, and then this will help us with creating levels. So we'll do that next. What we will do is we're going to add some more to the collision event, because what we want to do is we want to test, have we picked up all the spacemen, because in further levels we'll add more spacemen and we'll add more levels, and then if we have picked them all up, we can go to the next level, and if there are no more levels, then basically we've won the game. So this means we're going to test the instance count, or test how many spacemen still exist. So if we go into our spaceman and we go just into one of these, we'll add to it, and then we'll copy and paste to the flying spaceship if you've got the still, or vice versa. Okay, so we're in our spaceman object, and we are looking at our collision event. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. So I had added some ahead of time, so we'll go through that together. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to test to see how many spacemen are left. So if we look for these objects that have the the octagon or stop sign shape, they're always a test. So it's sort of doing an if. So what we want to do is test to see how many spacemen there are. If it's down to 0, then we want to do some things. That meaning we've picked them all up, so then what do we want to do? So we should bring out these little start and end blocks saying, if this is true, do everything in between here, else then just keep going. The gameplay is not going to stop. So the first thing that we want to happen is when we pick them up, and if it's equal to 0, then we want to display a little bit of a message. So we will say something like, yay, you have successfully picked up all the, type out all the spacemen. All right, so yay. So that's what we want to do first of all. Then we want to check to see if another room exists. So you can see that's that little shape here. I'm going to add some more control arrows just to be really clear about how we're breaking things up. Actually, I'll put it here, sorry. So if, we're going to check, if a next room exists, what do we want it to do? And this is where I'm going to put some arrows. Some more arrows, so like a sub little block. If a next room exists, then go to the next room. And you can put a transition effect if you want, so that's just how it goes to the next room. Else, so we're back in our control. Else, what do we want it to do? Well, obviously another room, there are no more rooms. We must have finished the whole game, all of the levels. So we will have it show the high score table, underscore. Show the high score table, and you can change your font or your colors if you like. And we also want it to end the game. Where's our end? I just had it before. Maybe it's underscore. No, somehow I've lost the end game. Just clicking best, but ignore that little mind lapse there. Okay, so what is this saying? If the number of instances of the spaceman is down to 0, display a message. First of all, yay, you have successfully picked up all the spacemen. If the next room exists, then go to that next room, else there's no more rooms, so show the high score table and end the game. And then this ends the overall if statement. So we'll test that out. Right now that's only going to work with a still spaceship. So the still spaceship has picked that up. I have to, I'll hyper over there, but then I'll just let the still spaceship. Yay, you've successfully picked up all the spacemen, and it goes to the high score table because there are no more levels. So, and now I've ended the game. So that works, so I'm going to save, and then I'll go ahead and take all of that I've just coded in, since I know it works, highlight it, copy it, and put it into the collision with the flying spaceship. I'm going to save, or sorry, test, and then I'll save. I'll make sure I can see there that it works with a still spaceship. Does it work with a flying spaceship? Hopefully yes. All right. Yes. Oh, I even spelled my name wrong on that last one. So we have successfully made basically all the components of the game. The only thing to do is to add more levels. So that's as simple as duplicating a room and then just making it more difficult. So if I go down to my rooms, there's my room level 1. So if I duplicate that, and I'll call this one room level LVL, or you can type whole level _2. So now we have that. And then what I can do to make it more difficult is I can add more meteorites and more spacemen. So if I go to our meteorite, I might add a few more in there for level 2, so I'm going to double it, and I might add one more spaceman that we have to pick up. So you can see just by adding more objects, it's going to become more difficult. So you can have that progression as many levels as you want. Because our code is always checking to see if another room exists before ending, it doesn't matter. I don't have to change any of the code. I can have as many levels as I like. So we'll just test that out. I should be able to play 2 levels now. The first level just has 2 meteorites at the moment and 2 spacemen I have to collect. So I'll just hit 1. This one has 3. Let me see how bad I am at gameplay here. See if I can hurry. Oh no, starting over. Okay, now I'm on to the next level, so that worked. Collect my spaceman. Hopefully I can collect the last one and win. And it's the high score. So I've tested that. It works with levels now. I'm happy, and I will hit save. The rest of this is just about adding some title screen and music, and I think that you girls should be able to do that on your own, so I won't do any more tutorials on Final Frontier. So we'll finish this one and upload.